having a great day. I am here with my review on a bunch of different Avon products. I know I've been talking saying I've got some Avon reviews coming, and finally the video is here. I've got so many different things to talk about, including that new crazy paintbrush style mascara. So I'm going to touch on my reviews on everything in this video for Avon, and then I almost threw in the Mark stuff as well, and I'm like, no, this video is going to be way too long if I do that. So in a separate video I'll do the Mark stuff. The vast majority of what I have to talk about in this video is stuff that I've just ordered from my local Avon lady. Actually, my first order was just online, and then I found the local person who sells Avon in my area. And a few things were sent as PR samples to me. So I'll go through the stuff kind of quickly, and then at the end sort of wrap up what my major hits and misses were. But my first thing that I'm going to tell you about is the Avon MajiX Cashmere Advanced Liquid Foundation. So I have this in Natural Beige, which is a very, very accurate shade match for me. This has broad spectrum SPF 15. I am wearing it today. I would say this is definitely a medium coverage foundation, but you can build it up a little bit. I really like, you know, the squeeze tube plastic format. I think that's very travel friendly and very sanitary as well. You know, you just squeeze out what you need and you're good. As far as the finish on the skin, I would compare it to the L'Oreal Visible Lift Foundation. If you've ever tried that, I would almost classify that finish as a semi-matte finish. It's definitely not a completely flat, matte, dry seeming finish. It almost has a little luminosity to it, more of a natural skin type finish, if you know what I mean. Texture-wise, it feels almost a little bit whipped, almost as if this was the Revlon Color Stay Whipped formula in here and you're just squeezing it out of a tube. It kind of reminds me of that. But staying power is not quite as solid as it is with like Revlon Color Stay or Color Stay Whipped. I feel like about 3/4 of the way through the day, even after setting this with powder, I definitely need a powder touch-up in my T-zone. But this may be something really good for someone with dry skin. Much like the L'Oreal Visible Lift, that finish looks really fresh, not dry and cakey, so this may be something really good for a person with dry skin who still wants, you know, a decent amount of coverage. Application-wise, I like blending this in with any of my Sigma synthetic kabuki brushes like the FOTD. But even if you just use your fingers, I think you're going to find that this is very easy to blend into the skin and get nice even coverage with. Okay, I love this next product so much. This is really cool. It's the Avon Glow Blush Bronzer Duo, and I have it in Peach Glow. So it comes in a little brown compact like this, nice big mirror, and then check it out. You've got a split pan of a matte bronzer and then a really peachy blush here. As I look into my little screen here, it's looking more pink. This is actually a very orangey blush. I really like both of these. I think they're nicely pigmented, and I love the depth of this bronzer. This actually is almost an exact shade match for Too Faced Chocolate Soleil, and it makes a great contour. I used it to contour today, and then I used more of a pinky blush with this look I have going on, but I love these two. I feel like while there seems to be more matte bronzers coming out on the market, at drugstore prices, I feel like there still aren't a lot of matte blushes. So I love this duo for that reason. Also from that line, I ordered this Avon Glow Bronzing Gel. And so this is in the shade Medium Bronze. So you get it in a kind of long, skinny tube like this. And they say to use dot on face and blend evenly. The way I like to use this is I will put a little bit here on my hand and shear it out, like just even it out just a little bit, almost so it looks like that. And then I take my little e.l.f. small stipple brush, go into that, and then dot it wherever I want it on my face. This is definitely more of a glowy product. It will go on your skin so sheer and soft that it's not something I would use as like a real concentrated contouring type product. If you look really, really closely, you can see a very, very fine shimmer to this, but it's very hard to detect. I don't find this to be a huge must-have thing, like, oh, everybody needs a gel bronzer, but what it can be good for is if you want to tint your moisturizers or add a little bit to certain foundations to deepen them up, give yourself a little bit more of a sun-kissed glow, you can do that with this, and it's very easy to do. You just blend it in with your fingers and then dab, you know, your mixture all over, blend it in on your face. Or as I said, you can use the small stipple brush if you just want a light application of this, but it's a cool product and I haven't had any problems with it. Now let's get into the eyeshadows. When I was looking at one of the Avon catalogs, I saw a gorgeous look look, and I think I've talked about this in a video, blogged about it too, but a really pretty purple and gold eye look, and I recreated that look with some other shadows I had, but I did end up ordering the shadows that were said to be used in that look, and they were a couple of these True Color eyeshadow duos. So I have it in Vivid Orchid and Gold Goddess. So I'll show you Vivid Orchid first. Here you can see you're getting a really deep plum and then a light lilac shade. This shade has kind of a pearly finish, and this one has like a very fine sparkle to it, but it can actually show up somewhat matte on your eyes. So I think those are pretty. I don't think these are the most pigmented shadows across the board with Avon eyeshadows. I don't think they're the softest, most pigmented shadows out there. Not as much as like Wet n Wild or the Balm or anything like that. And this may not make sense, but I feel like they go on the eyes more effectively than they swatch on your hand. Like if you're just doing a little dry swatch of these and putting them on your hand, you're probably going to be like, maybe it's a ho-hum kind of shade. But when I put a primer on my eyes and really pat them on either with the sponge tip or a flat brush, I'm much more impressed with the color payoff. And then this gold one, I actually might like this one even better. You get a light shade here, which actually has, it looks kind of buttery, and it has a slight bit of golden shimmer right there in that shade. And then this shade I would describe as kind of an old gold color. You know, it's not the bright, brassy, ultra metallic gold, but it still does have some shimmer to it. I've worn these and worn this in the crease, and it's just kind of that natural, you know, barely there crease type look. Overall, I don't see these shadows as a total must-have, just kind of middle of the road where low price range eyeshadows are concerned. And basically the same can be said for this True Color eyeshadow quad, and this was something that was sent to me, and this is what the new, I guess, shadow configuration in quads is going to look like. Like if you look this up on the website, at least on today when I'm shooting this video, when I looked this up online, it said coming soon for these, but this is the quad in Purple Pop, and I am wearing it today. I used some of this lightest shade around the inner corner. I used this on the lid and in the crease. I used this on my outer corner, and then I blended the edge of those purples out right in here with the pink. And I think it's a really pretty look. I also used some underneath as well. I enjoy these shadows, but I think unless it's a really gorgeous or unique configuration of shades, I don't think I would probably repurchase a whole lot more of those. Something I'm absolutely thrilled to tell you about is this Avon Extra Lasting Eyeshadow Pencil. I have it in Amethyst, and it looks like this, and this is a jumbo pencil. Guys, if you've been with me a while, what does this look like? Looks a lot like the Mally Evercolor shadow sticks to me. Same exact size, twist up format. You don't have to sharpen them. Not too jumbo of a stick to where you couldn't just smudge it under the eye, which I did today. I actually have this as a base under the whole look. I think this particular shade is gorgeous. I think of this as like a taupe with a little bit of purple undertone. And once it sets, it goes to a completely long-wearing finish. Like you can't rub it off. I love that about this. I want to try more of these shades for sure, and I'm very excited that it's something so similar to Mally, and in the exact, you know, way Mally's is constructed, that's the way this is too. If you've wanted to try those shadow sticks from Mally, I would highly recommend you look at these if you're trying to save money. So that was the Extra Lasting line, and I've tried a couple of other things from that line as well, lip products that I wasn't too happy with. One is this lipstick, and the shade is Eternal Flame. Makes me think of the song. I won't sing it for you though. But here's the lipstick. Gorgeous red shade here. I mean, really, really pretty. And it's very smooth and very creamy. My problem with this was, and it may have been my fault for wearing this out to dinner one night, but it totally very easily moved outside my lip line. Like you're eating, you're drinking, and around the corner of my mouth, like when I got back in the car and I looked in the rearview mirror, I was like, I look clown-like, you know, I look like I have drawn the product way outside my lips. And I appreciate that they're putting out a long-wearing lip product that actually is creamy, since so many of them are dry, but if it's just gonna spread outside my lips like that, and then when I try to wipe it off my skin, that's where it sticks. And I'm like, I can't get it off of here. So it's kind of sad because it's such a pretty red, but I just don't see myself getting a lot of use out of that anymore. And then the other thing I got was the Extra Lasting lip gloss in Always On Pink. And this looks super duper bright here, I realize, but it's definitely going to go on more sheer. It's like a pink with a little bit of gold and iridescent, almost sparkle in there. And I found this gloss to be really sticky and uncomfortable on my lips. And I tell you, I'm pretty tolerant of sticky products on my lips, but the longer this stayed on my mouth, the more annoyed I got with it. So I don't like that. But a gloss that I do love, and I think this is a new one, it's the Ultra Glaze Wear in Palm Beach Pink. And this formula I think is so comfortable and so pretty on the lips as well. This is a really creamy pink. And I'm wearing it today. I'm kind of going out of order. I'm wearing it today on top of the lipstick I'll talk about in a second. It's a little bit sheer, but I still think the color is beautiful. And I kind of like that the applicator is stiff and it's actually just a little bit squared off at the end. So you can get a really precise application on your lips, and I like that. The lipsticks from Avon that I absolutely love, and I know I've raved about this one before, but it's the Totally Kissable line, and I love this lovey-dovey pink shade. That's what I'm wearing underneath this gloss. So this gloss pinked it up a little bit more, but these are so soft, so comfortable on the lips. This is just a gorgeous pink shade. This particular shade in itself, I just love it. The tubes are absolutely gorgeous with this mirrored kind of finish all around. I just love these lipsticks. So I bought another one. I think this shade is Natural Glow, but it's kind of covered up by a stamp that's on here. But this is more of a nude shade. It's got a little bit of shimmer. It's more sheer than Lovey Dovey Pink. I don't love the color as much, but still a really comfortable, easy to wear formula. So yay for these. I love them a lot, and I'm trying to figure out what this crazy collar's doing on this shirt. It's got zebras all over it. New meaning to zebra print, right? Oh my gosh, these I had to get for sentimental reasons. The Avon Flavor Savers lip balm, like this cherry flavor. I remember getting these as a kid, and no joke, I would go up to the treehouse and eat them. Yes, these actually have a taste. No, I am not tempted to eat anymore. But I talked about that in the 25 Things You Don't Know About Me video. But gosh, they smell exactly the same. I swear nothing has changed about the way these are. So I got another one of those in cherry just because. And then these other lip balms, it seems like they put different looking lip balms in like every month, I guess. But I have one in watermelon, and that was in maybe a spring or summer collection. And then this one is vanilla. I got that one just recently. Just nice standard lip balms. All of these smell great, and the Flavor Savers do actually have a taste. So keep them away from your kids if you're worried about them eating them. Avon Super Shock Liner. I love this. This was mentioned in a favorites video as well. I have it in the shade Velvet Plum. I really, really like this. Isn't this a gorgeous purple shade? I mean, a lot of dark liners, as I've said, dark plum liners almost come off on your eyes as if they're black. This one actually shows up with this gorgeous color. It actually makes a pretty long wearing base as well, like a cream shadow. So I just think that's beautiful. Those liners do come with a brush like this, like a nice sized, full size brush. It's cut straight across. I don't love it for this kind of liner. I prefer an angled brush or a very fine tip brush, but just so you know, that comes with it. Last but not least, the Mega Effects Mascara. This would be the big launch recently that everybody's talking about from Avon, and it does not look like a normal mascara. You take the cap off, and then you've got what seems like a paintbrush to me. You grab the handle, you wiggle it side to side, and then out pops the brush. So this is what it looks like. There are bristles all the way around, and quite a bit of product comes off on this brush when you immediately pull it out. This is kind of a wet formula, and that is way too much for my lashes. So what I will do is just blot it right on a tissue, just like that. Just touch it to the tissue to pull off some of that excess, because it just makes my lashes stick together if I don't. What I love about this is that it tilts. See, you can move that however you want to get just a dead-on, straightforward application to your lashes. I also like that because there's bristles all the way around, you can flip it over this way, you can turn it. You're gonna figure out, I think, as you use it, like what method actually works the best for you. When I first used this, I was like, what? No way, you know, this is too weird, too different. But the more I use this applicator, the more I like it. Like, I think even after I use this up, I'm gonna clean this puppy off and use it just as like a lash separator or something. And these are rubber bristles on here, on the tip. As I said, they go all the way around, but if this was a more dry formula mascara, I think it would be totally up my alley. The one problem with this for me is that the formula is so wet. You put it on, and like I said, I blot it off first, then I put on a coat, and it doesn't really start to build on itself and build you great lashes until your coat gets a little bit dry. It doesn't have to be entirely dry, but close to dry, and that takes some time. If I don't let it dry between coats, my lashes just start sticking together, okay, because it's just that wet. So I'm kind of happy with where my lashes are built up to right now, but it took some time to get there, if you know what I'm saying, because I was letting each coat dry a little bit, and I think I did 3 on the top and just 1 coat on the bottom. This was very easy. See how much surface area that covers if I would put this on my lower lashes. So I think I'm going to do a full-on review just on this product, showing you application and stuff. The formula is definitely not my ideal, but I mean, if you're an adventurous makeup loving person who wants to try something new, go for it. I could see some people absolutely loving this mascara and some people saying, no, I just like my traditional one, thank you very much. So bottom line, things I was really pleased with: the Totally Kissable lipsticks, of course, the Super Shock liner. I really am excited about the extra lasting shadow sticks. I like this glazewear, ultra glazewear lip gloss. I would definitely buy more of those. Oh, also the Avon Glow in Peach Glow, the fantastic matte blush bronzer duo. That's great. As far as things that were pretty good, maybe not my ideal, the Avon MajiX foundation, pretty good coverage, leaves a little bit to be desired for me in terms of staying power, but I think for a drier skin type, this could be really great. The eyeshadows, I mean, definitely can be worked with. They're best with some sort of base or primer underneath. Not the best eyeshadows from a drugstore price range, but not the worst either. Love me some Avon lip balms. These extra lasting lip products I was not at all a fan of. The Avon Glow bronzer gel, pretty good, probably most useful used as some sort of mixer type product to deepen up current foundations that you already have. So thank you so much for watching. Thanks to everybody who demanded some Avon reviews on this channel. I hope you enjoyed that and that it was helpful for you. I'll have a separate video coming up on Mark products in the near future, so keep an eye out for that, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.